Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
More. Let's do for 5 minutes. So let's stop at 8:38, okay?
Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Ekmatra Swami Sakha Hamare, तुम हो हमारे, हम हैं तुम्हारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. तुमसे है धरती, तुमसे है अंबर, अग्नि पावन और साथ समुंदर. हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. गोविंद बोलो, हरि गोपाल बोलो, गोविंद बोलो, हरि गोपाल बोलो. राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव.
Amazing. Very nice. Thank you for singing impromptu. I know you were not prepared, I think, but you did an excellent job. Thank you so much, Venya. Hare Krishna. Good morning, everyone. Kindly turn on your cameras if you're able to. Let's get started with the prayer. All of us, please put the palms together and tell the prayer from your memory. Is there anybody here who doesn't know the prayer? If not, go to GitaWise.org and open the prayer. I'm going to give you all permission to share the screen. So any one of you, if you can share, that's fine. But others who do not know, please find the page on the screen and read it out. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपाकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमो पङ्कजनाभाय नमो पङ्कजमालिने नमो पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रये ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा माह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं सद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैतगदाधरा श्रीवसादि गौरभक्तवृन्दा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम रामा हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम रामा हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम रामा हरे हरे Hare Krishna, everyone. Let's now read the Sikshashtakam. If you all can share, one of you can share Sikshashtakam link. I think it's on GitaWise.org website too. And I want you all to take turns reading each one, each verse of the Sikshashtakam, starting from Samanyu, then Ishan, Samanyu, Ishan, Shrika, Ishi, Shri, Krish, Sanvi, Vishnu. How many did we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the sequence. You all remember the sequence? I'm doing it based on the sequence of the people I see on the screen, on my screen. So it's Samanyu, Ishan, Shrika, Ishi, Shri, Krish, Sanvi, and Vishnu. And the last one will be done by Vedic. Is it Vedic? Ha, Vedic. Yes. So go ahead and share and read one after the other. While the person who I called out reads, the others also please attempt to read the Sanskrit verses. The goal is for us to be able to know the entire Sikshashtakam by the end of this academic year. Okay? Just by reading it every Sunday in the class. You don't have to put any other special effort. Thank you, Samanyu, for sharing.
चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावग् निर्वापनम् श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिकावितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनम् सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम्
Nam Namakaripat Nam Namakaripahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrarpita Niyamita Smarana Kala Etadrishi Dava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaivam Idrasham Vihajani Nanuraka.
तृणादपि सुनीचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिना मनदेन कीर्तनाय सदा हरि
न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीशा कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद्भक्तिरहैतु त्वयि
हैनन्दतनुजा किङ्करं पतितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पाद स्थितधूलिद सदृशं विचिन्तय
नयनं गलदश्रुधारय वदनं गद्गदहृदय गिरा पुलकैर्निचितं वपु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति
युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रविशायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दाविरहीनमे
पादरतां विनास्तु माम् अदर्शनान् मर्महतां करोतु वा यततत्तविदतौ लम्पतो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरा
Vedic, are you going next?
प्रभु रशशाक श्लोक ये पदे सुने कृष्ण प्रेम भक्ति तरा बदे दीने दीने
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Stay on the screen like that only. We'll ask the other set of students to reach the translations. So now let me see who are the others who didn't do. Okay. Krish went. So Vaibhav, Vaibhav, please turn on your camera. Vaibhav, Karthik, is it the other Vishnu? Yeah, Vaibhav's brother Vishnu. And who else is there? Who didn't do anything? Who is the iPhone person? There's an iPhone person. Is it Ashreya? Ashreya, if you're able to turn on your voice, please do that. So Karthik, read two translations, then we'll go to the next person.
Okay. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtana movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction most. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names, like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
Good job. Vishnu, read the
One
next.
should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in a street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of flowers. I only want your causelessness, devotional service, birth after birth.
Vaibhav.
O son of Maharaja Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
Ashreya, please read the next two.
Govinda, feeling like your separations, I'm considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world of your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so, even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything. He is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally.
Thank you. And the last person, iPhone, please tell us, reveal yourself to us, please. If I do not know who it is, I'll have to remove you from the class. I need to know who it is. Does anybody know who that person is? Okay, I'm removing that person now because they're not speaking or showing themselves. So, all right. So the last line, if anyone recites or hears these 8 verses of instruction by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, oh, sorry, somebody messaged. Okay. If anyone recites or hears these 8 verses of instruction by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his ecstatic love and devotion for Krishna increase day by day. All right. Thank you so much for sharing. And thank you all for reading very nicely. I know some of us had difficulty in reading the Sanskrit verse, but again, if we practice every day, we will get it. Not every day, at least every Sunday. And there is a GitaWise YouTube link which has the translations in one link, and the other one has just verses in one link. So if you all listen to it every day once, it's only 3-4 minutes. Just listen to it. You don't have to do anything. Just listen to it every day once, and you will be able to. Will you all do that? Do you all know where the link is? Someone, can you share that link? Go to GitaWise YouTube and find it, please. Thank you. So now, moving on to the next part of the class. Today's special day, do you all know what it is? Does anybody know what it is?
It's Sankranti, right?
Correct. It is the festival called Sankranti. Indian culture or the Sanatan Dharma. What do you know what the meaning of Sanatan means? We call so many times, right? Sanatan Dharma, Haindava Dharma. You know what Sanatan Dharma means? Sanatan means, you know what Sanatan means? Sanatan means eternal. And Dharma is for us, for our practical purposes, let's translate it to the way of life. So, eternal way of life has been prescribed in scriptures, in Sanatan scriptures, and Vedas are followed for people who are doing karmic activities. And in Vedas, these various festivals have been described based on so many things. There are so many significances that are there for the festivals that we celebrate from Sanatan Dharma. And today's festival that we call Sankranti is called by different names in different states of India. If you all know from whichever state you belong to as to what it is called, it'll be nice general knowledge for all of us. Let's see how many of you are from Andhra Pradesh or Telangana that I belong to. There it is called as, it's called by three names, 3 days. It's celebrated in 3 days. One is called Bhogi, the second day is called Sankranti, and the third day is called Kanumu. Anyone here who's not from Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, please tell us how you celebrate with what names, if you know. Let's say Vedic. Do you know how you celebrate in Gujarat? You're from Gujarat, right? Your parents are from Gujarat, right, Vedic?
Yes, Mataji.
Do you know what the name of the festival is in Gujarat?
No,
Is it like Makar Sankranti or Pongal or Bihu or?
I've never heard of the festival.
You've not heard. Okay. How about Arshaya and Venya? Where are you from? Which state are your parents from?
My dad is from Bombay, Mumbai, and my mom is from Uttar Pradesh. And I'm not sure what it's called in each of
Okay.
those.
No
Yeah.
worries. So basically, this festival signifies um, some changes that happen in the material nature. The sun planet, the sun star moves from one zodiac sign to another zodiac sign, and thereby welcoming the month of spring in the Indian subcontinent. And therefore, the people who have been in cold and dark climate until now for the last few months celebrate this transition of sun from one zodiac sign to another by these rituals. So every festival has significance. And then the significance is that this is the celebration of the material nature where sun is transitioning from one zodiac sign to another. This is a celebration of Mother Nature showering with abundance of nice climate, nice rains for the crops to grow and yield nice harvest. And then because the traditional way of lifestyle for all of us, for everyone on the earth, was agriculture, right? And agriculture is heavily dependent upon Mother Nature, isn't it so? The rains and the soil, and then, of course, they're also dependent upon cattle like cows and bullocks, right? Without cows and bullocks and without Mother Nature cooperating, there wouldn't be nice yields in the crops and nice harvest. So, this festival is celebrated and signifying that time of the year when the crops are harvested in majority states of India, and the fresh harvest that comes from the abundance that is bestowed by Mother Earth and the God of rains. Who is the God of rains?
Is it Varuna?
Varuna is god of water, but rains is Indra. We remember in the pastime of Krishna's lifting Govardhana hill. He is the one who is actually controlling the rains, and he showers heavy rains by employing Samvartaka. Remember that pastime? So god of rains is Indra, and of course Mother Earth, and then the sun. All these elements are necessary for having a good yield in crops and nice harvest. So this first festival signifies the transition of sun and the harvesting that and the yields that come out of successful crops. So that is a significance, right? And then every festival has significance, and this festival is about that, the points that we discussed. And then there is come along to remember the significance and to be thankful for the significance of a festival. There are some rituals, isn't it so? Rituals are something which we as humans perform to remember or to celebrate the significance of a festival. And also, rituals are the ways of expressing our
Love.
love, gratitude, thankfulness, right? So, what are the various rituals that are celebrated for the significance of this festival? One thing is, you all know how kite flying is done in India. It's very popular in almost all the states. Nowadays, it's becoming like a big celebration where people from major cities meet in one place and they do a kite flying festival. And why do you think they're doing kite flying? What is the relationship with the significance of the festival with kite flying? Can you all guess? Now, I want everyone to pay attention here. I don't know if you all have different tabs open and you're looking at something else, or you're pretending to be in the class but not really listening. I don't want that to happen. This is very important to know for all of us about the festivals and how it ties into spirituality also. Because whatever we do, activities, has to ultimately tie to spirituality. And that is the real purpose of human beings, unlike animals, right? So every festival has significance, has associated rituals, and has associated spiritual significance. So let's remember SRS for every festival. The first S stands for
Significance.
good job. The R stands for
Ritual.
rituals, and the second S stands for
Spiritual.
Spiritual element. So there is a significance element, there is a ritual element, and there is a spiritual element. So we talked about the significance about this festival being important because of Mother Nature, being thankful, and all the rituals. What are the rituals? What was the question I had asked before we came here? Kite flying. So why do you think they do kite flying is a ritual that is associated with this festival, Sankranti. Okay, and tied with the significance of this festival. What is the significance of this festival? And how does this kite flying become a ritual? Why did it become ritual?
Is it to mark the sun transitioning?
Because sun is up in the sky, and when you fly kites, you are actually spending time in that sunshine, the warmth that has just transitioned, that the climate that has changed, and the humans have been in the house. See, whenever it is winter and fall, it's little gloomy, right? By 5 o'clock, it becomes dark. You have shorter days and longer nights, and you have been inside the house, not able to get out into the sunshine because of the weather. Now when you have this ritual of kite flying in a fun way, people come out and spend longer time in the outside in the sun, which means you're exposing yourself to sunshine, which is actually a source of health, isn't it? Sunshine is a source of health for all of us. It is a source of vitamin D. And then also, while flying the kites, the spiritual element to that is to be in a mood of thankfulness. You're sending these colorful kites into the sky to express your happiness and joy, and also remember sun god on this occasion. That's the spiritual element, right? There is a significance about how sun transitions. There's a ritual about flying kites in terms of how, through this ritual that elders have created, you go out and spend some time in sunshine. And the spiritual element is you are in a mood of thankfulness and remembering how sun is an important element in our life. Only when you remember the importance of some entity, then there is a chance for us to be thankful and grateful, isn't it? So that is one SRS. The second one, the other ritual that is celebrated is cooking pongal, or cooking dishes. See, every Indian festivals, another important component is eating and making nice, delicious food stuff, right? That adds, because our life is centered around eating, isn't it? Even when you want to meet friends, even when you want to invite relatives, even when you want to celebrate an occasion, it is the center of all those things is food, isn't it? So when food, that's why the ritual of making food with the harvest, with the new crops that have been harvested, is also added, so that the fresh rice that has been harvested is used in making a special dish called pongal. And to this dish is added another ingredient called jaggery and sesame seeds. Of course, sesame seeds and jaggery is one dish that is made. Rice and jaggery is another dish that is made. So jaggery has many, many healthy benefits. right? It gives warmth to the body. It has iron. In the raw form, it is really best form of sweetness, right? So when you make this nice dish, commemorating or remembering the fresh harvest that Mother Earth has delivered or given to us with the help of the rains that Lord Indra has showered, and then you prepare this pongal, and this just don't eat it. You first offer it to the deities in your house. Make it an offering to the deities in a mood of thankfulness. So the ritual is to make pongal, and the spiritual element there is to offer it and to eat it as a group with your family, right? And share the joy and welcoming the season that is going to be very bright and warm and full of longer days. That is the spiritual element. Okay, and then there is another ritual that's very common in South India is they decorate the front door of the house with something called rangoli. Are you all familiar with rangoli? Have you all heard about rangoli? Have you all seen rangoli? Rangoli is what? Can somebody help me describe what rangoli is? Somebody who didn't answer till now. I want everybody to participate, please.
It's like a painting made with like colored powder.
Yes, it's a drawing made of colored powder, and there is significance to this rangoli. There are different types of rangolis where you put dots. There's a count for the number of dots, and you join them together and make different designs and patterns. And after you make that with the chalk, with the white, it's actually not chalk powder. It is a special that's called muggu in Telugu. I don't know what it is called in other languages. I can speak for the language that I was raised, my mother tongue. It's called muggu, and the powder that is generated out of a special type of stone which is white in color. And then when you first decorate the front of your house, actually the front of the house is first nicely padded with cow dung water. There is significance of why cow dung too. As we all know, cows products, be it the hair on the cow's body, the urine, the cow dung, everything has medicinal value. Why? Because cow itself is a spiritual entity. It is the place where entire demigods reside, and worshipping cow is a huge blessing for humanity, right? And every product that comes out of cow is very having lot of health benefits. And when you use cow dung to decorate the front of your house, pad the house in front of your house by cleaning up first and then put cow dung water, it actually prevents insects and bugs from entering your house. One might think, oh, how is it significant right now? Because my house, I don't even have dirt. It is made of concrete or it has lawn, and my front door is always closed. So, what is the chance of bugs or insects entering my house? But the Sanatan way of living was actually having open doors in such a way that sunlight enters the house, fresh air enters the house, which was actually the source and secret of healthy life in those days, as opposed to now where we have all closed doors, closed windows, and constantly breathe circulated air that's coming out of an electric of this air conditioning system, right? But the Sanatan way, of course, the weather here also does not permit in India the perfect weather where people did not really have closed doors. It was the concept is having open doors, open windows, and therefore it was necessary to protect the front yard or the front door or the entrances of the houses with this type of mechanism where bugs and insects would be prevented. And also when you decorate the front yard or the front door with this with beautiful muggu and then color it with colors, and then in the center of the muggu, there's another thing that's called gobemma, which are pyramids of cow dung that are made. And that is again sprinkled with flowers, which are marigold petals, and they're sprinkled with haldi and kumkum and all these auspicious things. Haldi is also another antiseptic powder. You all know that, right? Turmeric is antiseptic powder, which is actually heavily used in our Indian cooking. So haldi, when applied to the body, when applied in the front door, and when it's used in all these, it's an auspicious color, an auspicious element that welcomes mother of wealth. Who is mother of wealth?
Lakshmi Devi.
Lakshmi, yes. So when we decorate our home with this cow dung water and this cow dung pyramids, and then decorate with the rangoli, and that is a ritual, because in that process, what happens? The ladies or the men associate with cows, isn't it so? And they collect cow dung, and then they the mechanical, the physical process of cleaning the front door, and then the postures in which you put the rangoli, everything is actually adding to your health. If you see the posture in which rangoli is made, it is one of yogic pose, I mean the yoga pose, which actually adds to your health. And then you are touching cow dung, you're touching the what you call the vermilion, the turmeric, and all those are auspicious elements too. By way of touching them itself, you're adding some health element, and that is a ritual. And the spiritual element behind it is when you clean your front of the house, and thereby also your entire house on the occasion of the festivals, you are inviting auspiciousness. Mother Lakshmi does not only signify money, because money, whenever we think about money and wealth, we are talking in terms of sense gratification. Oh, if I get more money, I can buy nice clothes, eat nice food, or enjoy for sense gratification. But Mother Lakshmi's auspiciousness is about bringing good luck to us, good intelligence to us, the power to make right choices, the power to inculcate good habits. Isn't it like the beginning of New Year, we had made some resolutions, some of us, about, remember, we talked about how we want to not procrastinate, we want to be healthy by having the routine of doing exercise, and then by or being more organized. And then what was the other one? There were four things. One was organized, staying healthy, not procrastinating, and then the one more was there. I don't remember what it was. Do you all remember? We had four things that I even shared in the chat. Unfortunate thing is we don't even remember our resolutions. Then what is the chance we will follow them? Are you all reading the messages in the chat? If not, please do. If not, the purpose of this whole group is not met, right? It's defeated. It's a golden opportunity. It's the most precious opportunity for all of us to be able to learn these values. Nobody teaches these. Okay, so all the power to inculcate or power to implement these resolutions also comes from the auspiciousness when we decorate our home in terms of keeping it clean. Decoration doesn't mean having some expensive decoration item or decorative item. It's about being clean, right? That's the best decoration, even for ourselves. If we want to decorate ourselves, the best decoration will be cleanliness, a smile on our face, simple things which are more valuable than most expensive jewels that you could decorate yourself with. So that is another ritual where we put rangulu and then mugulu or the rangoli, and then the spiritual element is that you are invoking or you are welcoming auspiciousness into your house. So whenever we do these rituals, it is important that we remember the spiritual element too. And that is what connects us with our eternal or Sanatan Dharma. If we do just rituals and do not remember the spiritual element and do not consciously, Akhil, are you with us, beta? Are you listening to us? Okay. If we do not consciously remember the spiritual element and imbibe or cultivate the mood of thankfulness and gratefulness, then these type of rituals do not actually yield anything. They might yield the material elements, like, okay, it prevents the bugs and insects from entering the house. And by eating the pongal, maybe you will be able to nourish your body. So materially, you will be able to satisfy with those rituals. But if you inculcate the spiritual element too, then you have reaped the wholesome benefit of this entire event, which is a festival. Another day, another ritual is going and worshipping the cattle that help you with the successful harvest, the successful cultivation of crops through the entire year. So they worship the cows, the bullocks by decorating them, by giving them nice food, by taking them around the village and the town. Uh, for those people who are busy with their family life, who are not able to realize that my food comes from these natural elements, from these bullocks, from these cows, from these rains, from this sunshine. So there is this ritual of certain category of people taking the bullocks and the cows decorated to each door, to every door of the village and town. And the spiritual element of that is the owner of the house steps out upon hearing to the beautiful songs which are sung glorifying the Lord. They're called Ramadas. People who carry the bullock around, the cow around, going door to door, they're called Ramadas. And they sing nice bhajans and kirtans about the Lord. So when these owners step out, they're reminded about the significance of all these things, and they don't donate something to the cow and the singer. That is an element of charity that we give, which is also important. And when you give the charity, the mood of giving the charity is, oh Krishna, I'm able to give this donation because of your blessing. May my donation be used for the right cause of nourishing this cow and taking care of this cow and this person. And they continue doing this good job of inspiring us into spirituality. Of course, that person who's coming singing around with God songs is reminding us about God and is also inspiring us to be God conscious, isn't it? So the mood is, when we give the charity, we first be thankful that because of your blessing, I am able to give to somebody. Isn't it so? If you're able to give something to somebody, it's because of Krishna's blessing. And then you also encourage that person who is coming for donations to do that job more and more. So that is the significance of the entire Sankranti festival. Unfortunately for us, here, we do not have the ambience to do either Rangoli. Of course, we can do Rangoli. We did Rangoli indoors because the climate is bad outside. And then we can cook Pongal, right? We can make the sweet dishes with sesame seeds and jaggery. That ritual we can still practice, but make it spiritual by offering it to the Lord and being thankful to the Lord. Right? We cannot fly kites, maybe because of the weather being bad, but we can always worship and pray to the sun god in a mood of gratitude. Isn't it so? And that is true celebration. The rituals are only to encourage people to, because only when you have certain customs and rituals, people participate in those. But if we are not able to follow the rituals, but if you're able to imbibe the spiritual element, then also celebration of Sankranti becomes successful. As opposed to what many people do now. They think festival means wearing expensive clothes, expensive jewels, and going for a party and sitting and chit-chatting and gossiping and dancing for all these materialistic nonsense movie songs, and having a party with food that doesn't really spiritualize us. That is not the way to celebrate festivals. The real way of celebrating festivals and the significance is what we discussed. So try to understand the purpose. In chapter 3 of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that one who follows the instructions in the Vedas is going to get liberated. I mean, that is Karma Kanda section, but for us, the way we take that application is by following the Vedas in this way, where we remember the spiritual element. Because in Vedas, when that principle is given, it is for us to develop the habit of being grateful and thankful. When Krishna says, oh, you have to follow the instructions of Vedas and worship the demigods, and why does Krishna say that? Because Krishna says, first practice humility, practice being humble and grateful and thankful. And you can start that by being grateful to the people around you, and on occasions like this, like festivals and important milestones in your life, like your birthdays, your graduation days, whatever other milestones you have in the life of a boy and a girl. Like as you grow up, like as I grew up, I got married, then I got my child. So all those are milestones in my life. I become a mother. So every milestone has to be celebrated in a mode of thankfulness and gratefulness. It's not about throwing a big party, inviting a lot of people, eating, dancing, and forgetting the creator. That's not about celebrating. Celebrating means, or celebration means, whenever you are thankful and grateful, that has become a celebration. And whenever you have not been thankful and grateful, that has not celebration at all. You have in fact wasted your money, your time, your resources, your energy, and everything. And you have incurred karma that binds you to this. That is wrong karma that we have incurred. Okay, that's about Sankranti. So now we can move on to the verse of the week. Can somebody share any questions or any points you all want to add? Or anybody want to summarize what we discussed so that I know you all know what I said? Please take turns and speak 1 or 2 lines about what we discussed. What you understood at least. Let me see what you understood. I'm taking some water.
Sankranti has well, just all festivals have a significance, ritual aspect, and a spiritual aspect. And I'll just talk about one ritual that people do, which is flying kites, and that's to be in the sun. The ritual is to fly kites, it's to be in the sun, be exposed to the sun, get vitamin D, and feel. But the spiritual aspect is to feel gratitude towards the sun, not just the sun, but Krishna as well. Yeah.
Okay. Good job. Anyone else? Go to another ritual. Go ahead, Shri.
Another ritual was putting the what? Another ritual was cleaning the front of the house and putting rangoli. So that's to invite Lakshmi and like auspiciousness.
What is the material element in doing that? The spiritual element is to invite auspiciousness and all good luck and all the good vibes. What is the material element?
You said the bugs, keeping the bugs out of the house, and it's good for health also.
Right. It's antiseptic. Cow dung is antiseptic, anti whatever, and then it just drives away all the bad physical material elements also. Okay, and spiritual element is what you said about welcoming and inviting auspiciousness. Good job. Okay, anyone else?
Another one is we make pongal. And then the spiritual element for that is that we offer it to the deities before we eat it. And the not the material element, but like the other element to it is that we get to eat it with our families and spend time together.
Right, and the material element to that is you're cooking the fresh harvest.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fresh harvest, fresh grains, which have just been harvested. There's a difference between there's a difference in the taste of fresh rice and the raw rice that has been stored for a few months. So this freshness that is you're going to taste with the fresh rice that has been harvested, and then you make pongal out of it. So you are being thankful to Mother Nature, and then also offering it back, saying that it's your grace, it's your blessing that we are able. Just imagine there were continuous rains, or if there are no rains at all. Only when there is appropriate rains will there be crops and harvest, isn't it? When there is too much rain or too less rain, you don't get the food that we eat. How much ever scientific advancements we make, we cannot produce crops in a laboratory. Of course, now we have chemicals, we have insecticides, pesticides, and whatever GMO, genetically modified products. But again, whatever we do, the base necessity is to have rains, water. Without rains, there is no water. There is no water at all. Even in the lab, we need water. Without rains, there is no water. So we are so thankful that you have given us a perfect ecosystem that today food has come into my plate. Just imagine if I don't have food, will we even be able to chant? Chanting is the essence of Kali Yuga for us to get liberated. But if you don't have food to eat, if you are having droughts, and if you're having what you call heavy rains and the natural calamities happening, where will we have the mental or the consciousness to even think about Krishna, God? When we have food and when we are healthy, only when we are able to think about God properly, isn't it? So we should be very in those type of, that is the mood we should have. Yes, nice. Any other thing? Anyone who hasn't spoken at all?
Like people bring like cows like that are decorated and to everyone's house, and they'll sing like the Ramadas, like the kirtans and bhajans, and the spiritual element for that is that the owners that like see this will feel happy and grateful for all like the harvest and Mother Nature as a whole, because they're like coming to sing at their house.
Hmm. And also to the cows, that they have darshan of the cows, they offer and give charity to the cows for the well-being of the cows. Because taking care of cows needs money, isn't it? There are so many cows in the Indian streets that are not protected, that are not given shelter, and they're slaughtered too, unfortunately. But to take care of the cows, to be able to give protection and love and affection to cows, we need money. And unless people give in charity for cow protection, that will not happen. So that is also another important spiritual element that we have to remember. Staying away from the land of Sanatan Dharma. What is that we can do from here? Right? Those are the things which you as youth, can I call you a youth now? You all are youth, correct? And very soon you're going to be the citizens of this world. I will not say one country, but of this world. And it is the responsibility of every citizen to think about what they can give back to the world that they live in. How do I contribute to the world that I'm living in? Just imagine if everyone in the world is thinking about contributing in a good way to the world that they live in, how beautiful the world will be. Like recently, I visited a temple town in India called Tirupati. Okay, it is a very popular and famous and highly spiritually potent, significant place where Lord Venkateshwara appeared hundreds of years ago, and he's still believed to be in his. The deity of Lord Venkateshwara there is actually Lord Venkateshwara himself became a deity at the end of his Leela. So the deity is not different from the incarnation of Lord Krishna, who is Lord Venkateshwara there. And it has been a very spiritually potent place. So, and it is on top of 7 hills. There are 7 hills to get there, and it's called Tirumala. And now in Tirumala, I was so inspired that there is no plastic bottled water usage allowed on that in that place. I don't think there's any other place in the world where water bottles, plastic bottles are not allowed. No store carries them. No person is allowed to bring plastic. And if then how do they drink water? They sell bottled water. The same water that is as sold in plastic bottles is now stored in glass bottles. And these glass bottles are you have to bring your own bottle, like the bottles that we carry, right? Not the disposable ones. We all have water bottles, right? Which we carry, the steel water bottles, whichever we carry. So we buy the water from that glass bottle, pour into our bottle, and then return the bottle to them, the glass bottle to them. So you are still getting pure water. And of course, the water that's supplied even for free, they make sure that they give this, what is that called? There is some process in every house there. There is a filter, which is RO filter or what, reverse osmosis or whatever. They have those filters in the houses too now. So purified and healthy drinkable water is supplied in Tirumala. And it takes a lot of effort by the government, by the leaders there to ensure that this is implemented. Just imagine if we want to implement no plastic in our house only. Is it possible? Unless we are very serious and unless we are very determined, it won't happen. It is a big change that we have to make. And this has been implemented in Tirumala. So we all have to see how we can contribute to the world that we live in. Okay, any other points?
In chapter 3 of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna states the correct way to celebrate a festival.
Yeah, he says how one has to follow the instructions prescribed in the Vedas. And all these festivals, all these rituals, and all are coming actually directly or indirectly from the Vedas. So when we celebrate festivals, we are following one of the instructions of Krishna that you have to abide by the rules and injunctions that are given in Vedas. However, we have to remember that Krishna is the ultimate supreme. So we follow the Vedas by celebrating these festivals in a mode of Krishna consciousness. Because ultimately, Krishna says in chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita and the 18th chapter, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam praja. He says, give up all types of religions and just surrender unto me. Meaning, following Krishna's instructions and remembering Krishna. Okay? We cannot say, oh, Krishna said, just remember me, so I will not celebrate Sankranti or I will not celebrate any festival. That is not the right way. That non-celebrating festivals is only doable or allowed by people who are completely Krishna conscious, who are like those yogis and those sannyasis who are not dependent upon ordinary course of activities that we do in our life. For us, we need this type of food, we need this type of clothing, we have to attend a school, we want to get a job, we want to earn certain type of money, we have a certain lifestyle. So all these define who we are. So when we have definitions of how our lifestyle has to be, then we have to also follow the instructions given in Vedas while remembering Krishna. It's not like I'll give up all the Vedic injunctions and I will just remember. It's not possible. If you're 24 hours remembering Krishna and doing Krishna chanting, then yes, you don't have to follow the Vedic injunctions. Because that is the ultimate goal. Krishna Namanu Kirtanam. Harinamanu Kirtanam is the ultimate goal. But if we are able to do it from today, 24 hours, then yes, we don't have to do this class about any festival or any significance, rituals, and spiritual elements. But since we are not there, we want to transcend to that state by following the rules and regulations. Just like somebody who wants to swim, he has to learn the different steps of various stages and go back, and then he becomes an ultimate swimmer, right? Okay, now anything else you want to add or shall we move on to the next part? Is it boring, boys and girls? Is it interesting, boys and girls?
There's just a lot of information.
Lot of information. Is it information overload? Huh?
I don't know. What?
I don't know is what. I'm asking you, so you should know. I'm not asking you about somebody else. I'm asking you about you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, not really overload, but like, it's fine. Yeah.
I mean, I put it in very simple terms. There are more details into the celebrations of this festival. I broke it up into SRS for you all and discussed 4 rituals. So it's actually very simplified content.
Yeah.
And if I were you, I would have noted down and made a beautiful chart or made a nice essay that I could share with the class, with the team, with the WhatsApp group to say that, oh, I've learned something fun and very interesting and deep points about the significance of festivals. And this is how we organize the content. And this is what we learned. That's what I would do if I was in your class, a student. Okay, let's move on to the chapter 5 and next verse. We did a nice verse last week, right? What was that verse about? I gave an example about how the airports are designed and built in a way that we get captivated and allured by it to stay there. However, we are reminded that our flight is uh, scheduled for certain time and we prepare to leave the airport, isn't it? That's how we should be in this material world too. Okay, someone other than someone, you please share the screen. I don't have to repeat so many times. I think I told 3 times about sharing the screen. Thank you. Okay. So, city of 9 gates is what we talked. Yes. Now let's go to the next verse. Okay. Repeat after me, somebody. Now that, which one, are we doing 15th verse?
14.
14th. Okay, sorry, my screen is showing 15 because I have your view. Okay. Bhagavad Gita chapter 5, verse 14. Na katritvam na karmani.
न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि
Lokasya shrujati prabhu.
लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः
Na karma phala samyogam.
न कर्मफलसंयोगं
Svabhavastu pravartate.
स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि
न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि
लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः
लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः
न कर्मफलसंयोगं
न कर्मफलसंयोगं
स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते
स्वभावस्तु तु प्रवर्त्यते न कर्तव्यं न कर्माणि
न कर्तव्यं कर्माणि
लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः
लोकस्य सृजति प्रभु
न कर्मफलसंयोगं
न कर्मफलसंयोगं
स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्त्यते
स्वभस्तु
Svabhavastu.
प्रवर्त्यते
Svabhavastu.
स्वभाहस्तु
Svabhavastu.
स्वभाहस्तु
Where is ha coming from?
स्वभावस्तु
Svabhavastu.
स्वभावस्तु
स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते न कर्तव्यं न कर्माणि
न कर्तव्यं न कर्माणि
लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः
लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः
न कर्मफलसंयोगं
न कर्मफलसंयोगं
स्वभस्तु तु स्वभस्तु
Svabhavastu.
स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते
स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते न कर्तव्यं न कर्माणि
न कर्त्वं न कर्माणि
It's kartritvam. See, read properly, boys and girls. Read what is on the screen. Kartritvam. Read. Who is the lead here now? Vishnu? Who is that?
Kartik
Karthik, lead it properly now again.
न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि
न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि
लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः
लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः
न कर्मफलसंयोगं
न कर्मफलसंयोगं
स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते
स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि
न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि
लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः
लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः
न कर्मफलसंयोगं
न कर्मफलसंयोगं
स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते
स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि
न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि
लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः
लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः
न कर्मफलसंयोगं
न कर्मफलसंयोगं
स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते
स्वभावस्तु